You won't believe how this week went. I know it just looks like I'm filming another week of cooking because I'm making coconut fish curry, samaki wa kupaka, and I'm also going to be making later fresh tamarind juice and warm chocolate chip cookies. But that's not the most interesting part. What started in my kitchen ended in a bookstore all the way across the world in Mumbai, India. And I didn't expect what I'd find there. So stay tuned with me until the end because somehow, weirdly enough, all of this will connect. This fish curry is something that we have quite often in Kenya, but mostly in restaurants. Incidentally, all of the recipes I'm making today are things that I have had in restaurants, and I thought, wow, this takes so much expertise to make, but apparently it doesn't. Just wait and see. So this coconut fish curry is packed with flavor, but it's one of those recipes where one wrong move can ruin the whole dish. Okay, let me know if you can spot the step where most people go wrong. So many times I bought fish from those mama samaki, those women who sell us deep fried fish, and it's normally quite tasty. I love deep fried fish because to make the best coconut fish curry, the best thing to do is to start with deep fried fish because it really brings out so much flavor. But I have added one more step here, and I'm really waiting to see who are those kitchen cooking savvy people who will notice the extra step that I added here that most of us would go wrong when you're making this dish. So before I tell you what it is, let me know in the comment section below. So far up to this point, I've already done that step, but before I tell you what it is, I'm waiting to see who will recognize. And here's also another tip. I'm giving so many tips, you guys. As far as cooking this fish is concerned, one thing I learned is that you need to flavor your deep frying oil. Yes, so what I did here is I added some onions and some garlic to the oil because this really, really infuses so much flavor into your fish. It's not just about taking fish and washing it, drying it, and deep frying. Okay, I'm giving you guys hints, but yeah, let me know. Let me know. When I was growing up, we didn't have fish that often because I grew up in the mountains, of course. So I remember one day my dad brought fish, and then it was this kind of deep fried fish, by the way, okay? And then it was back then before we had electricity. Remember, back in the day, we didn't have electricity in all the homes in shags and like the way we have today. So anyway, it's in the dark, you're eating this deep fried fish, and I was a bit giddy, let me just say. Who's not to tell you I started choking on a bone? Because why are you feeding a child deep fried fish in the dark and it has bones, and this child is completely inexperienced? But I don't blame my parents. I blame my greedy self. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let me tell you, that thing almost ended me. The whole family now, we just stopped eating. It was just back slaps after back slaps. Eventually it came out, but it was touch and go there for a minute.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high. Beneath the moonlight, the soft touch your hand in mine gets me every time.
And here's another tip. If you're going to make this dish, the best thing to do with the tomatoes is to just make sure you blend them, because it really gives a nice and creamy sauce without having all those pieces of tomatoes. If you're going for the coconut fish curry vibe, of course there are many ways that you can cook your deep fried fish, but this one I find it really goes better when you blend your tomatoes.
You make me feel at home in the neon glow as the leaves change color.
And speaking of choking, this is something I like to ask a lot of parents and a lot of moms. Do you know what to do if your child starts choking, right? Or if you yourself start choking and you're in a room by yourself, or even if you're with other people, do you know signs and symptoms of someone who's choking? Like, what are those? And do you know what to do for an infant if they're choking? Do you know what to do for a child if they're choking? And do you know what to do for an adult if they're choking? I didn't know that there are different ways to combat choking for different people. So it's very, very important that you educate ourselves on this. So let me know if you are familiar with these different tactics, and let's share them down below. And I'm still waiting for you guys to tell me down below if you have spotted the step where most people go wrong when they are making this dish, specifically when they're deep frying their fish.
Change color, I dive into you when summer's fading.
For my people of the mountains, please resist putting soup in this dish. I know it is hard, you guys, but can you see how thick and juicy this soup is? Can you see just how it's coating the fish nicely? That's all you need. You don't need too much soup, you guys. No water at all. Water is banned.
To but bask in the glory of the winter sun.
Wow, I mean, how tasty does this look? Okay, let me let you guys out of your misery if you didn't know what the step that I was talking about. So before you deep fry your fish, and I did not know this before, oh my goodness, how yummy does this soup look? I'm getting distracted. But before you deep fry it, please make sure you put as many spices as you want on your fish. Don't just deep fry it plain like that. And then let it chill in the fridge for like 30 minutes. That'll give you this delicious looking fish. Oh, I'm so hungry. Okay, so in the middle of filming my amazing yummy food this week, I had to take a break because I needed to travel for work to Mumbai. And when I was there, I found myself on a mission that even I thought was a bit strange. Let me take you along. So I've been to India a couple of times, and it is one of those places that I feel a lot of us really underestimate if you've never been there. Can you see this mall? I mean, we would think like you are in a first world country, but can you see how beautiful and amazing it is? I love, 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 love India. I dream of taking my family to India for holiday one of these days. I am. It's one of my most favorite places in the world, by the way. Like, I cannot wait to one day show this to my family. But anyway, I really, really enjoyed walking around this mall. Such beautiful dresses, of course. Let's not even talk about the Indian food because my goodness, okay? But the thing that really sort of like I like to do when I go to Mumbai, first of all, is I like to buy books because printing costs in Mumbai are very fair. So they have the most amazing books that you'd ever find, but at the most amazing prices. Our kids are absolutely bookworms. Like I didn't know, like our oldest is 10, you guys know this, and then the twins are 8 and our last one is 6. They have read all the books we have at home over and over again, and they're like, Mama, just come with more books, because I know I normally would like to buy books in Mumbai. So I'm telling you, I never expected to find myself this early in their life looking at Akina Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys as books to buy for my kids, because I'm like, how did we even get here? These people were born yesterday, but that's the way it is. Like I ended up buying they've read a lot of Paddington. You guys have seen this. I don't know if I've shared this on YouTube, but I share a lot on Instagram. Just the kids really reading a lot. Like every day on a weekday, we take 30 minutes in the evening to read. So it becomes such a habit. But my daughter especially will read. I bought, what did I buy on this day? I bought Famous 5, Secret 7 and all that. I bought this, The Secret Garden. Oh my goodness. If you've not read that book, you better read it. Anyway, what was I saying? My daughter will read a whole Secret 7 a day. I'm like, girl, I cannot keep up. I cannot keep up with your readingness. I need to buy like an entire library for them. I don't know. I wish we had working libraries here in Kenya like the way we used to have when we were growing up, so we can just go and borrow books, because you guys, I need such a huge budget for books at this point. I didn't expect to find ourselves here this early in the game. I mean, I love it for them and for me because I'm also a bookworm, but my pocket is just my pocket is crying. So this is my mini haul of the books that I bought. And on this day, I started reading The Secret Garden. I loved it so much. Oh my word. Like I was telling my kids, you guys have to read this book. And it put me into that mood of going back to reading the English classics. So after this, I read Great Expectations. And then after that, I read Pride and Prejudice. And I'm like, I need more. So I'm back in the kitchen and I want to make something refreshing because we've been having some very hot days. So I want to make tamarind juice, but tamarind can be tricky. I mean, it's tangy and it's bold, but if you get the ratio wrong, it becomes undrinkable, okay? So let me show you how I balance it. I think this is one of those really simple juices to make, but infinitely refreshing. Like if you have guests and you serve them, this, let me tell you, just become a hero, because it's one of those things that I'm saying people think, oh my goodness, this is so fancy and complicated. It is so easy, but if you get the ratio wrong, yeah, guys will know you're a beginner. So watch carefully. So what I did is I bought the tamarind pods. They were peeled, but yeah, I really have to pour in warm water and squeeze out the pulp because that's where the juice is going to come from. For the tamarind juice, imagine all I need is a pulp and juice. Oh, not juice, water and sugar. That's it. Very simple, very quick. Oh, and speaking of books, I'd like to ask you guys if you're a parent or you have younger siblings or if you're a reader, basically, what books have you read that you think would be great for young kids like preteens and younger? Because I'm always looking for recommendations. And as you saw there, someone recommended for me Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And let me tell you, that book has so many volumes, which would be so fantastic. But for me, I I went through it because it's a very popular book. But you guys imagine I didn't like it. Am I the only one? Let me know what you think below. I didn't like the language in that book. It reminds me somehow of, the cartoon Peppa Pig. Yeah, it's for kids, but my goodness, why are we talking to people like that? Let me know if I am being paranoid. Because we are there, I was like, no, we cannot be calling people morons and jacks and all those things. I'm like, I don't want my kids seeing people talking to people like this. Let me know if I'm being overly sensitive. Be kind about it, but I'll take it. I'll take the feedback. Or let me know if you feel the same way. And also at the same time, doing my happy dance over there for the tamarind juice. Let me know what books you'd recommend. I rarely bake cookies. That is one of those things that I find to be much ado about nothing, honestly. Like, I'm going to do all that work and then to just get a tiny piece of cookie. But it's a good recipe to know, especially if you have kids. So I rarely bake them, but today I felt like I needed to do something different, like to challenge myself. Again, another dish that we normally think is so tricky and takes a lot of expertise. Not really. Not really. Okay. These aren't your usual kind of cookies that I'm making here, in that I changed one thing and now my kids won't let me rest. Like, they really want me to make them again just because I changed one thing in the recipe. And despite the fact that they're not my most favorite thing to make, with the way the public is demanding for them over here, I might find myself making them again. And one thing I'm thinking of us doing in the month of July for our next mom club, I want us to go back to do something fun, because I feel like we've really been doing serious things. Like this month we were doing Connected Mom. We've just been doing some really serious things, heavy things like business and everything. So I'm thinking next month we're going to do it sort of like a cooking club. I don't know if you like cooking for fun like I do, but I just want us to just enjoy the ability of cooking and learning new things. So that's what I am working on. I've been working so hard on preparing for that mom club. Of course, it's always for the first 100 moms to buy our July meal plan. But let me know if this is something you'd be interested in. Then we're going to be doing live cooking sessions. I am so psyched for that, because as I'm saying, it's just going to be fantastic. And also, it's also going to come with what do you call it, an ebook with some recipes, my 5-minute ebook recipes, which I love, because as busy people, we need some 5-minute recipes. Okay, sometimes you just don't have it in you to make a full meal. So that's gonna be the bonus for the first 100 mom to buy our July meal plan. But I'm super excited for our cooking club, you guys. I am so excited. let's add some sprinkles and make them pop even more. And if you'd like to book your slot as the first 100 mom to be in my cooking club in July, simple, easy, easy. You just need to purchase our July meal plan. I'm going to link it down below. Don't worry about that, okay? But adding these sprinkles to these cookies just made the kids go bonkers. You guys, I cannot even begin to explain just these simple, colorful things. So easy, but it takes these cookies from meh, to oh my goodness, mom, make them again. Because sometimes it's so easy to please our kids, I mean, look at these cookies. Just look at how colorful they are. Those sprinkles added life. Let me know which of these recipes was your favorite, and please give me ideas of books to buy for my kids. I really need ideas. And if you have found this interesting, you will love this video over here about breakfast ideas for your family. So I'll see you over there. Bye.